even though the mayor of Canton has never said a bad thing about anyone in his entire life besides the Ultimate Warrior. So
Yeah.
we're alive, pal.
I
I
think
didn't
that's
ask you.
I think that's a distinction that both of us can have, apart from the twats that I highlight every week.
That's true.
I'm glad
It
we're
was
not doing that this week. There's too many of them.
the twits are. Oh God, you could do a whole nother podcast about twits of the week. This
Yeah.
goddamn week. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. They are running rampant on the internet. I've blocked some 60 people probably in the last couple of days.
Yeah, there's some surprising ones as well.
Yeah. I've noticed that unfortunately a lot of people that I follow seem to follow a lot of people who like to say stupid shit. Let's just say that. And I've realized that a lot of you people need to be unfollowed, which you have been, and that's fine. I don't mind dropping, to wherever number of followers as long as I don't have to follow shitheads.
I, at one stage, I was following nearly 3 times as many people as I followed, as was following me. So I thought, I've had enough of this.
Yep.
I just got rid of all. And my timeline has been so much better since I got rid of all that dead wood.
So shout out to. So I used to think that because I do a podcast that I had to have a certain number of social media followers for people to think that I was legit, which is bullshit because I'm not legit anyway. A good friend of mine and yours, our buddy DC Matthews, one time told me about something called timeline control. He said, the block buttons and mute buttons are there for a reason, so go ahead and use them. And
That's
ever
right.
since that day, I've been doing that. And yeah, like you said, it's been my social media experience has been 10 times better ever since I started doing that. So
it certainly is. And let's face it, if anybody should know, it's a man that's like nearly 7 years into over 350 episodes.
yeah, he knows what this shit's supposed to do.
Not exactly that made any difference to his listening figures.
I realized that too. I'm like, well, it doesn't do anything doesn't seem to hurt anybody else. So who cares? Who cares? I'm not going to listen to you assholes anymore just for the sake of listening to you assholes. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. No, thank you.
We're not here to talk about the rubbish stuff. We're here to talk wrestling.
The rubbish stuff involved in wrestling, pal. That's what we're here for, at least on this show.
That's right.
At least on this show. I didn't know if you wanted to say a word, because I know not only this is going to be on the AWI pod feed, but I'm taking over the Piece of Business feed this week too, right?
This is going to be on the Piece of Business feed because my co-host at EPO and NFL has decided. Well, he didn't decide. He's away on business. The fact that it's in New Orleans and he's looking to have a good time is neither here nor there. He's away for a week, so
God damn it, pal.
We were supposed to be recording yesterday, but I didn't hear from him yesterday, so I assumed he'd already gone into NOLA mode.
Well, a NOLA mode, like as we discussed, NOLA mode is something it takes a long time to prepare for.
It certainly does. So, yep, we decided that we were going to do this after we did the first one anyway. So I decided that I'm going to co-opt this onto our feed for today.
So get ready for nonsense. I don't know if you get some piece of business nonsense, but this podcast, AWI Pod, is all about nonsense. That's all we do here.
Yeah, let's get a little bit of a piece of business out of the way before we do the nonsense, though.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
The Thursday show.
Yeah, let's talk about this Thursday show, Glenn. I thought this was a better show than the week before. The week before, I felt was kind of like the most throwaway NXT UK episode that I have ever seen. Was the week before.
It was all about the Trent Seven turn.
Yep.
It was all about that. And they weren't worried about just to fill the hour that went round it. And that's exactly how it felt.
Yeah, very throwaway-esque is how I felt. How did this thing start? We started with with Sid in the ring, right?
No, Ashton Smith and Oliver Carter.
They came out first. That's
Right,
right.
with a recap of what happened last week, and then it went into Smith and Carter in the ring. Ashton Smith had a leg brace on, which didn't bode well. Apparently, he's ruptured an MCL, which means that he's going to be out for a while. So they've had to relinquish the tag team titles.
That's always tough to see when somebody's got to give up the belt for injury reasons, especially when you just won the damn things and you haven't even had a chance to defend them. So that's that's bad news. So I told you that somebody spoiled the finish of this main event of this show for me, but I didn't even know or see that it had got switched to a fatal four-way and that Ashton Smith and Oliver Carter had even relinquished the title. So while I did know the ending, I did not know that there was going to be a four-way. So
you didn't know the reason for it.
exactly.
And it's quite funny because the other day we were talking about not liking fatal four-way and multi-man tag matches.
And then they said, "Let me show you something" on NXT UK, didn't they?
Yeah, well, to be fair, they built it the right way because De Familia came out and said, "Well, we were pinned last week. We should have the title." And
I also really enjoyed the promo from Smith and Carter. I thought it was really, really good.
It was
very good stuff.
And then we've got Briggs and Jensen who had just come over. They came out and said, "We were promised a title match when we came over.
Yep.
Now you haven't got a champion." Also, Mark Andrews and Wild Boar came out, and they're Mastiff and Stars. So Sid was painted into the corner, and he basically said, "Right, we'll let a lot of you fight. The winner takes the title."
I mean, it makes sense to me. Besides Briggs and Jensen, because they just came over, all these guys are believable challengers to the championship, so I didn't really have any problem with anything that they threw into the match. I guess the only one complaint would be Wild Boar and Mandrews because they kind of just got together, at least in NXT UK form.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought this was a really good opening segment. Is a good way to get people excited for a four-way match, as excited as I can get for a four-way tag team match. Anyhow,
I honestly think that they've chucked Wild Boar in because that Flash was supposed to be back by now, but he did more damage to his shoulder training after his surgery. Yeah. The silly lad.
Hey,
Then after that, we had Myla Grace against Isla Dawn.
We did it. Yeah, no, this is the first time we've seen Isla Dawn since she lost that weird, smoke from her hindquarters match with Mako, right?
That's right. And she's got even weirder.
She somehow has gotten weirder. You're right. There wasn't any smoke coming from under the ring, so that was nice. But
it was a decent match. Isla Dawn won it as she would. Poor old Myla Grace, the jobber's jobber on the UK women's division at the moment. But
she at least gets an entrance though. Myla Grace is the jobber that gets an entrance. But not like Angel Hayes, not like already in the ring Angel Hayes.
That's right. But she's the sort of the Jack Stars. They'll be finding a niche for her, and she'll fit into that. And I'm sure that at some point with Myla. Then we had the introduction of Saray,
who is definitely doing the thing where she goes from being a schoolgirl to being a ninja.
Yeah, the full everything happened, and as I said in our chat the other week, I think that poor old Nina Samuels should get a honorary doctorate from the Chase University for putting all these girls that keep coming over in the States.
She really has. I felt for her that time she had to face Ivy Nile because that was a match that happened.
Yeah, it was. I've never seen her take such a beating.
She really did, and it didn't look like it was a lot of fun for her either. I mean, she's She's great. She's going to be able to put over anybody you put in there with her. And Saray, Saray's been doing this thing for a while. She's not like a spring chicken. She did it for, years in Japan before she went over to the thing. So, yeah, great match here. I mean, not great, but it was decent.
Yeah, they've probably fought against each other in Japan.
You would know better than I would, but yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know for definite, but I would probably say they have at some point run into each other. Because Nina's one of those that used to flip backwards and forwards and make her money in Japan. When the women,
you can tell Nina Samuel's been flipping backwards and forwards all over the world because she's probably one of the most underrated wrestlers on NXT UK. I mean, if you gave her something else to run with, right now she's kind of a jobber to the stars, but if you gave her something else, she'd be able to run with it. So.
Yeah. We've got Blair Davenport back next week.
We do. I think I just want to see if you agree with me on this. They're holding that thing on Mako until she can take it off of her, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. They've managed with the Isle of Dawn feud and then Ivy Noel. They've managed to give us incredible matches where she's retained, but it was all about. It was going to be Blair Davenport before the injury was going to take the title from her.
Yeah, I was pretty sure she was going to win that match that they had before she got injured. Now, I've read some stuff on the internet about Will Ospreay and his girlfriend. So sometimes Blair Davenport's not my favorite person in the world, but she can go when the bell rings. So I'm not going to take anything away from her there.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not a fan of either of Mr. or Mrs. Ocean Spray,
but Ocean Spray. That's pretty good, pal. What came next was probably my favorite part of this program. We got Saray in the back. She was doing an interview, and she is rudely interrupted by Brady Brookside and Alexa. Is that her name? Alexandra. Eliza Alexandra. That's it. And my favorite part was they were kind of harassing her, and until they saw Mako Satomura coming, and then they both were like, "Hey."
I loved it. The fact Mako is not the biggest woman in the world. She's not not a jack size, is she? But you heard the thudding come down.
It's like a fee-fi-fo foam, yeah.
Boom, 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 coming towards her.
Yeah, that was just my favorite. They both saw her coming and said, "Oh no, we don't want any problems here. We were just asking a question. It's fine. We're backing up."
Yeah, we weren't trying to take the necklace off her, honestly.
Yeah, I thought that was freaking great. Also, kind of when Saray went into the locker room and talked to her when she had Millie in there, too, I kind of got the sense that Millie was kind of looking her eye that she's kind of getting sick of Mako's crap. So yeah. I think there might be something to that.
Yeah, I think she has got her nose put out of joint a bit.
That is a great way to put it. Glenn, you have a way with words, and that's a great way to put it.
And then we went to the Fatal 4-Way. Now, my note on this, before I knew that I was coming on here instead of doing our usual show, and I made notes as always, this was far better than it had any right to be. After what we were saying all day, they actually made this a decent match between the 8 of them.
So I like it better if you're going to do this with 4 teams. I like it better as an elimination style. That way, eventually, we're going to get down to, one-on-one. When it first started, and you got all these guys flying around, and I hate watching a tag team match and having to question to myself, who the fuck is legal? So at first, I hated it. The first 5-6 minutes or so before, I think, did Mastiff and Stars get eliminated first?
Yeah.
Before they got eliminated, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
I said to you again in the chat, is AEW do it a lot. You have all these guys around in the ring that bounce around like a box of gerbils. Now, there's a reason for this. Is when I was at school, me and my mate, we were sort of orderlies in the lab. And at this time, they were still dissecting animals and that sort of thing. Us kids. We received a delivery of this box. We didn't know what was in it. All we had was holes. So we opened the lid, and suddenly all these gerbils sprang out. are chasing around the lab trying to get them back in the box. And that is exactly what an AEW tag match looks like.
I've never seen a bunch of gerbils jump out of a box, but I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got. I just us talking about that just reminded they got that forbidden one-on-one match program going on tonight, don't they? I think it's got 3 one-on-one matches, and as the mayor said, more multi-person matches than a Survivor Series card.
Yeah, but how many multi-person matches have they got left? The amount of people that they're pulling out for being injured.
That's true.
I don't think there's going to be anybody left. I love the tweet that said, what was it? That all the personnel from AEW are slowly disappearing. All that was found was a plaid scarf and a note.
Said, hey, you want to talk about that contract? Which, I mean, the injury bug's biting both the promotions. But anyway, we got off topic there. Let's talk about this match. So once it got down to, 2 or 3 teams left, I started to like it a little bit more, especially when it got down to when it was just Raja and Tioman versus Briggs and Jensen. And Briggs and Jensen are going to fit in just fine in NXT UK.
To be honest, I thought ever since Carter and Smith took the title, that it would be De Familia that took it off them.
Yep.
So I was fully expecting those two to actually win it. So it came as a very big surprise when they put it on Briggs and Jensen.
Do you think that's why they did it?
It's part of it.
Okay.
There's a pay-per-view coming up. A premium live event on NXT. I think that this is a way of getting the UK tag team titles back on Pretty Deadly.
Well, goddamn, pal. I thought of that.
You give it to Briggs and Jensen, they go home with it. Pretty Deadly says, what are you doing with our titles?
We need a side plate check.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
So, whatever it is in your house or whatever.
Great American Bash.
American Bash, that's it. I think we get Briggs and Jensen against Pretty Deadly for the UK titles. And Pretty Deadly come back over. I think that they were only ever going to be there a short time. I don't
think that they just needed a heel tag team to carry the belts for a month or so they could get that big win for the Creeds. Makes sense.
Right. Exactly. And the other thing is I can't say too much, but
Glenn hasn't had too many beers yet.
There, it has been said that they don't want to go to the main roster.
Understandable.
Three tag teams.
They don't give a damn about tag team wrestling on the main roster.
No. So I think that's what they've done is they've had them over there to get to give a credible heel team for the Creeds to get the title on the Creeds. Then they give them the UK title back off of Briggs and Jensen, and then they come back.
That makes a lot of sense, pal. That's a hell of a booking scenario there. But yeah, I thought Briggs and Jensen with their hard hitting style, I think that they would fit in. If you wanted to keep them on NXT UK long term, I think they fit right in. The fans seem to be into this. They popped hard when they won.
That's right. But we know it's not going to happen because we've seen them on NXT.
You're right. This is true. I don't know how long ago this fucking NXT UK was even recorded. It was probably 3 months ago.
They recorded, weeks in advance. So there is no way that. But then, of course, the last 2 NXTs have been recorded as well, haven't they?
They have, because 2 times has been released and he's been on both shows. He's like ravishing Rick Rude. He's been on TV. He don't even work here.
Anyway, that's the scenario on that. That's enough of that. Let's get on with the nonsense now. That's what
What was I
we're
going to say? The Noam Dar thing too. When he came in with that Heritage Cup, and he was talking about how he wanted to have a match in a big arena with a big show. Do you think there's any possible way that they throw a NXT UK Heritage Cup match on the card of pay-per-view, a premium live event? You think that happens?
Yeah, of course. That's what it's building to.
I really hope they do. I mean, to open like that style of match up into a brighter audience, I know people are going to look at it weird when they first see it, but Heritage Cup matches are always so good. Every time there's one announced, I'm like, yes, because they're my favorite.
The thing is, it's not going to be strange to the people in the arena.
Fact.
It's a classic British style rounds, and so even if you don't, even if you're the sort of the casual fan that's going to go to the Clash at the Castle because it's WWE, you're going to be, because it's in the UK, you're going to be familiar with the round system, so it's not going to be that much of a shock.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I would love to see it. I would love to see Noam Dar out there with Shaw Samuels sassing the crowd. It would be amazing.
If they did it on SummerSlam, then yeah, they might well have an issue with people going, "Why are they stopping?"
What the fuck is this 3-minute thing?
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I said the first time I saw one of those matches. But anyway, that's enough of that. As Glenn said, let's get on to the nonsense. It's Spring Stampede 2000. We're at 48 minutes and 26 seconds if you're going to watch with us at a later date. If you have Spotify, you can bring that up right on your phone or whatever device you use for Spotify and watch right along with us on the app. Glenn, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Got a big pan out of the crowd. How many of these people you think actually paid for tickets as opposed to how many people got them for free?
About a third, I would say, knowing what WCW was like at that time.
They were 100% standing out there with a sign that said free tickets, and they were just handing them out. It's Booker T. Is he referred to as Booker T, or is he GI Bro at this point?
I think he's Booker T. Yeah, because he's doing the Spinneroonie and everything. So he stopped doing that when he was GI Bro.
He also had like fatigue pants on too, didn't he? Like he was in the army.
Yeah.
No, it's just Booker. There is no T.
No, they done a WWE on him and dropped the T.
There was a kid when I was in elementary school who I just wanted to punch in the face almost every single day, and his name was Booker. So anytime I hear the name Booker, I just think of that kid in 7th grade English class. I just wanted to, and I may have once. Anyway,
he wouldn't want to do that.
Let's save that story for a different time. The Stingers here, the crowd's hyped. There's a kid in the crowd that had a shirt that said "Turd 316." So, man, Sting looks almost the same now as he did then. He just put on a little bit more weight.
Yeah, it's amazing. I just can't believe that he's 63 and the same age as me. Still chucking. He was chucking himself. He's had to have like 3 months off after he put himself through that table. But
like literally, when AEW brought him in, I'm like, oh, we'll see him every now and then. But no, this motherfucker's out there every week.
Yeah, or he was.
I mean, I think he was anyway. I don't know.
He hasn't been recently. He's back now, though. He came back this week.
Oh, yeah, he's got a match in that show tonight. He's in a tag team called the Dudes with Attitude, which I don't know if anybody told you, but that one's already taken.
Yeah.
Somebody already used that one. Everybody dressed in black. This is some sort of a title tournament match, but I'm not sure for what title.
Quarterfinals for the... Oh, here we go.
Ouch, that hurts. That's what the sign says anyway.
I thought I was going to... Here we go. It's the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship Tournament quarterfinal.
Okay. It's a quarterfinal. How about that? How about that? Oh, we got some chain wrestling to start this thing. A side headlock. I mean, no way this is better than Jimmy Hart versus Mancow, right?
Oh.
Could be.
No, sorry, I'm forgetting where I am. No, you're on a no. This is not better than Mancow.
Nothing is better than Mancow. Which shout out to Brandon Banks, who cleared up who exactly Mancow was for us. Only Brandon Banks would know.
Yeah, I heard of him. Oh, he's a rapper. Okay.
Oh, fucking, he's a rapper. Jesus Christ. Glenn, you never spun any Mad Cow in your DJing days?
Never heard. Oh.
Fucking Man Cow. Oh, a nice scoop slam. This match is going to be way too good for me to call. I'll tell you that right now.
It's a typical Sting stiff clothesline. So
He looks great. I mean, I know he's probably in his 40s here, but man, he looks great. Oh, nice sidekick there by old Booker. Forget the T. Booker T if you're nasty. They just took out the cameraman.
yeah.
Doug Dillinger, the most unopposing security guard of all time, I think is who they ran into. I just remember them always being like, Doug Dillinger, head of WCW security. Like, I'll push that old man over and just run right into the ring. Are you kidding me? What's he going to do? You fall asleep at ringside. That's what he's going to do.
Got up like like they did in the WWF and WWE at that time, because they would crumple because they were made of paper. That thing is stiff. That desk weren't going anywhere.
Yeah, I always wondered, like, those old, especially the old, like, in, like, the 90s or, late 90s when they had those tables that would just fall apart. They have those big-ass TV monitors. I'm like, how do those cardboard tables even hold the TV monitors? You think it'd just fall over from that? Because it literally looked like if you went out to your garage, got a couple of big pieces of cardboard and just stacked them on top of each other, and that was the announce desk.
That's right. Especially the Spanish.
Oh, forget about it. Those Spanish. I remember one time somebody put somebody through the Spanish announce table, and the Spanish guy just being like, "Why don't you just go over there? Why is it I was here? Go over there." Oh, a knee to the gut by Booker. I can't get over Booker. It's just the worst.
If you're listening later, you can always tell that this is a good match because we're not talking about it.
That's how I do it on this show. If the match is good, forget about it. I'll just talk about something else. Me and the mayor spent 30 minutes trying to figure out something else to talk about besides the Randy Savage versus the Ultimate Warrior, because it was actually good.
I was going to say, anybody that listens to the Mayor of Superstars, we all know that you hear a lot of rubbish when there's a good match going on.
Typically, when we watch those Superstars episodes, you don't see anything good on there. There's never anything good.
No.
The best part of the show is usually when the mayor cuts some weird Nasty Boys promo, which he did this Friday, which check that. You can listen to this episode and that episode today. So if you listen to this now, go check that out because you'll probably laugh until you cry. I did.
So did I. I was worth staying up for. Well, 4:30 in the morning, and I was sobbing in my bed with laughter.
Your flatmate was probably thinking, "What the fuck is wrong with him?"
Luckily, the weekends he's never here. So
perfect. Oh, I love that scissor kick. Growing up, the Harlem Heat was probably my favorite tag team. Even when they were heels, I loved Harlem Heat, probably because they did cool shit. Like that scissor kick.
I first got to notice them when they were managed by a woman.
Sister Sherry.
No, woman.
Oh, they were managed by... I didn't know they were managed by women. I did not know that.
Yeah, back in the NWA, when they first came into the NWA, they were managed by a woman.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know. Were they Cain and Abel at that time?
They didn't. I can't remember. I don't think she gave them names.
Okay.
They were like hired. They were like hired.
Stinger splash.
There was a thing that she did with Rick Steiner, where she was a very mousy girlfriend of Rick Steiner, or trying or pretending to be, and then suddenly she became woman and wanted to take it out on the Steiners, so she hired Harlem Heat.
Ah. Because I do remember, I believe they also were one time managed by Colonel Rob Parker, and they had them come out dressed like they were in a chain gang, which is, come on.
That was at the start of their running WCW.
And I know that they were on, what was it, the USWA or something like that, and Sting just got the win. They were like the Ebony Express.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that. Sting gets the win here over Booker T. The crowd loves Sting.
Of course he does.
That was aggressive. Dogs are getting angry upstairs. Booker T is protesting this decision. He is not happy. Oh, uh-oh. You got an argument here. You know what, Glenn? I don't think Booker's going to be able to win a match until he gets his tea back.
No.
What's happening now? We're doing 2 out of 3 falls? Well, okay. He brought him back into the ring so we could do it.
Shake his hand.
Sting.
Oh, and you got it. Oh, a little fist bump.
We had to get back in the ring for that, Glenn. It didn't mean anything in the aisleway.
I think Booker was saying that he disrespected him by just walking away.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. He said, "Wait till I get my tea back, motherfucker."
Yeah.
Of all the things that happened in that match, why would you replay that? We had a whole, Sting tried to do a stinger splash, and Booker T hit him with a cross kick, and they didn't show that. They showed him crashing into Doug Dillinger, which, what the fuck?
And the cameraman.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
They could not got that worse positioned.
Gray-haired Eric Bischoff is here with a very short Billy Kidman and Torrie Wilson.
Torrie Wilson. Sorry.
No,
I'll stop drooling over my.
I get it, pal. I get it. I was 14 once too. I think, what did she say in her Hall of Fame speech? Like, I'm so glad I could be a part of so many of your adolescence or your formative years or something like that. Which I always say this, Billy Kidman, to be able to marry her is a hell of a salesman.
Oh God, yeah. He literally, both in and out of the ring, punched above his weight.
All the way above it, yeah. He way outkicked his coverage. On that one. Who we got now? It's Vampiro, I believe.
Vampiro against Billy Kidman.
Oh, that makes sense. It must be a U.S. quarterfinal tournament, huh?
It is, yeah.
So I always remember I heard Conan say about Vampiro that Vampiro is, quote, bitch made, which that's one of my favorite things to say now is bitch made.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, apparently they don't like each other very much. I don't think a lot of people like Vampiro, actually. From what I see on the interwebs. An interesting character. I remember he had a major feud with Sting. I think they had a match in a graveyard or something.
They did. And that at the time when Sting was still swinging around in the rafters and Vampiro appeared alongside him and tried to push him off, and weird.
Didn't he set him on fire too and then push him off?
He did.
God damn it, pal.
It's a weird thing.
Here comes Billy Kidman. Firework action and all for old Billy here. Wrestling in jeans or jean shorts. I see a lot of guys now wrestling jeans, and that seems bold to me. I mean, the greatest of all time, John Cena, wrestled in jeans. So, jorts, if you will. Glenn, you own a pair of jorts? How many pair of jorts you got, Glenn?
One.
Okay, same. Fucking same.
But I used to wrestle with jeans as well.
Like skinny jeans?
No, they
Okay.
were more like chino style, because part of our gimmick, especially when we did the big matches, was we'd come out of the crowd, come out of the audience, and challenge, because it was all like for charity.
Oh, so they'd be like, "Oh, we want somebody from the crowd," and you'd be like,
Yeah,
"Us." Okay.
yeah. So it's all that thing. So
Ooh.
yeah, they were specially tailored to work
S-
in ring, but definitely nothing that tight.
Of course, Glenn had specially tailored britches to wrestle in. That's amazing. I gotta say, Vampiro's impressive here. I like that German suplex that he just did, and that was a nice little flying clothesline off the top rope too. Thus far, the two matches we've seen this 45 minutes was a hell of a lot better than the first 48 minutes that we saw.
You understand a
Oh,
bit more what's going on, was one for one thing.
it's not just a bunch of nonsense. I think in one match there was like a bunch of stuff that happened that should have been a disqualification, and then somebody won by disqualification. I'm like, well, he just put him through a table. Why didn't he get disqualified for that? It was, I don't know. There was a lot going on.
Scott Steiner defeating the Wall.
I think the name of that episode was "Why is any of this happening?" If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who still look the same age, Charles Robinson is the referee here. He hasn't aged a day since 2000. Hasn't aged a day in 22 years.
Lucky man.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, no kidding. I mean, I guess I don't really age either, because people always tell me how young I look, but Charles Robinson's trying to tell him, man, I got good hair. Don't question me. If you lined up Billy Kidman and Charles Robinson and said, "Who's married to Tori Wilson?" I'm thinking it's Charles Robinson, right?
it's just Charles Robinson. Yeah.
100% it is. There's a guy in the crowd who looks like mini Paul Heyman, right? Where is he? I can't find him now. He's gone.
I wonder.
I really don't know who's going to win this match. I have no idea.
I wonder if Charles Robinson got the. I know it was part of the storyline, but it was obviously a nickname that he got before that, Little Nate. Whether because he used the nature around a lot as well.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know where else you'd get that story from.
Because you look at him, you could actually see the rats going for them.
Oh yeah, he's a handsome guy for sure. I mean, line up all the referees and pick out which one is handsome. He's going to be the only one you're picking out, especially in those days.
Yeah.
Which I'm not shaming referees. Everybody knows that the only thing we love more than mullets on this show is referees. So huge referee guy. I need a shirt that says that, actually.
A striped one.
Yeah, I was going to say, give me a zebra shirt that says I'm a referee guy.
Yeah. I think was it on, no, it was on SmackDown. I think there was a whole crowd of them
No kidding.
wearing referee shirts.
Huh?
Why? Why would you go to support? Yeah, support. I've got a wrestling t-shirt on at the moment, but why would you just go there in a zebra shirt?
Well, Glenn, as you know, the fans like to get themselves over, so that's probably why they did it.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, this will get us on TV. It's all dressed in a zebra shirt." This has been a really good match too. Billy Kidman's really taking it to Vampiro here.
Well, you think that these two, by this time, were probably wrestled multiple times in ECW.
That's probably true. I mean, I didn't watch a whole lot of ECW, so I don't recall these guys being in there, but it makes sense.
Well, they're both ECW guys. I've not watched that, but
that was a beautiful cross kick there by Vampiro. That's it, right? 1, 2, no,
kicked out.
Billy Kidman married Tori Wilson. Come on, pal. He's one tough son of a bitch. I mean, I gotta say, I don't remember a whole lot of Vampiro, but this is
nice
I've been impressed with this guy.
That was a nice little arm bar there as well. He literally picked him up by it.
That was not such a good DDT though. That DDT was shit. That was one of the worst DDTs I've ever seen.
You should
I like how,
you can. Oh, what's happening?
now what the fuck is going on? There's a car driving. Oh, I know he's in that fucking car. Brother. There he is. It's the Hulkster.
Oh.
Nothing says this match doesn't mean a goddamn thing more than just cutting into the middle of it to another situation. Nothing says fuck this match more than that.
Nothing says that wrestling hasn't changed either.
This is a fact. I wonder if they played his music. I hope they did play. I don't think they did, but I hope they did play his music.
No, they wouldn't have had time to.
Well, the funny thing was about that, Hogan literally went through the gorilla position and said, "Where's the ring?" Like, duh, it's that way, dumbass. Come on.
Yeah.
You've been here before, asshole.
You should know by now. Surely
Hogan,
this gets Billy Kidman the win by disqualification.
I would think so. So Hulkster's a goddamn idiot here. He should have came in here and punched Vampiro first, so at least he'd lose.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan is enthralled in a feud with Billy Kidman? Why?
I don't remember.
Did we run out of other guys? We were like, all right, we'll have him face Billy Kidman. Like, what the fuck? Oh wow, that was
somebody in the production track went, "We've got a shit show here. This is looking too good. Get somebody in there. Get a Hulk in there to ruin it."
Holy cow. Well, he just tried to fucking kill him, so. Hulk Hogan dressed like he just came from his meeting with his biker gang. What's he doing now? What the fuck is happening? So, the TV monitors have been removed from the table, so something big's going to happen. What's Hogan?
Just when we thought that this was getting better.
Just when you thought it was safe to watch some 2000 WCW, that fucking table's built like a brick shit house. And they going anywhere.
Going anywhere again.
Oh, that thing didn't even budge.
There's a carpenter's really proud of their work there.
I guess they didn't tell the carpenter this is a fucking work. Shit.
Oh, Hulk's gonna have another go.
There we go. Now we got it. They'll never be able to put that thing back together. Fuck it, it's not gonna happen. Oh, it's like just when you thought it was safe to watch 2000 WCW, here comes fucking Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Oh, the fans are happy. There's a guy with a puka shell necklace. Nothing says 2000 more than a puka shell necklace. Okay, what's happening now? What the? What? Okay. All right. I mean, I guess Hogan comes out here, beats the shit out of him, throws him back in the ring. Vampiro pins him, and he's the winner. I don't know how.
What is little Nate John?
Oh,
there is no way that it's a legal pin. Hogan was in the ring at the time.
Is he the WCW commissioner? Does he get to randomly make matches? What is happening? What? I don't. Yeah, Bischoff, same.
Crying.
Bischoff had his head in his hands, and I'm thinking, yep, same.
Yeah.
What in the flying fuck was that?
He's going here. Yeah. No. After all that shit the first time, we had two good matches. We had two damn good, and Hogan had to spoil it.
Russo said, bro. That's all I said. Now Hogan is going to trade in serious prayers and eat his vitamins all the way through the backstage area. He's got a giant cross on like a rapper. He looks like a 2000s rapper with that big ass chain on. His ribs are taped up. His shoulder looks to be taped up. He's overturning tables now.
Hey, actually, he's limping.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's looking for Bischoff.
You can understand it if it. This is the pay-per-view. If this was after the pay-per-view and he'd been on the pay-per-view and it was looking like that, but something must have gone on a normal show for it to end up looking like that, the pay-per-view, and not even be on it.
Yeah, I don't. And now he's just searching every locker room to see if Bischoff's in there. Oh, this door's locked though.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
the door's ringing.
Did he find him? He found somebody. Oh, he did find him. I pushed a table at him. Now he's got a chair.
Yeah. That's going to make a lot of difference.
Uh-oh. He's got him now. Oh,
here comes security.
What do you guys call the police over there? The bobbies? The bobbies are here. That guy looks like Dangerous Danny Davis. I know it isn't, but it looks like him. Oh, I can pull their guns out. We're gonna fucking shoot the Hulkster live on pay-per-view. What the fuck?
We're licensed to carry water pistols.
I think they knew that had gone too far because they cut back out to the arena. They're like, all right, maybe they're pointing guns at him is a little too far. So Vampiro beat Billy Kidman, even though it was an obvious disqualification, and now Hulk Hogan is being taken to jail by Danny Davis's brother, Officer Davis.
Yeah. Nobody tell those guys that it was a work.
Oh, it's the fucking cockadoodle-doo man. And Terry Funk, you know what he said? Your mother's a whore. That's what he said. Of course, that's what he said.
It was a.
What's happening?
Of course, we've got Terry Funk against Norman Smiley coming up.
You mean we get to see Big Wiggle Norman Smiley?
We do.
Oh boy, that makes me happy.
And me.
Now he's indiscriminately opening up doors. Oh, he found the banquet hall. What the hell is happening? Whoever he's looking for, they all saw him and he went that way.
Yeah.
Jesus Christmas. Imagine you paid $30 on pay-per-view for this. I'd have thrown my TV out the window.
Imagine paying to go in to see this, knowing that 9 out of 10 people around you hadn't paid a cent.
And then Terry Funk's checking the shitter.
Oh, is he attacking now?
He found Norman smiling in the bathroom, dressed as a catcher. The thing that the fire extinguisher was in just fell out of the wall. That seems safe.
This is a hardcore match for the vacant WCW Hardcore Championship.
It was a bathroom brawl.
Brought up a little thing to tell you that before it started.
I don't know. I once watched one of these with I watched some hardcore matches with my wife Rachel one time, and she made a great point about fire extinguishers in wrestling. Why on earth would you pick it up and spray them? Hit the motherfucker in the head. Why would you hit him with it?
They're heavy. They're a heavy metal object. Don't spray it.
Oh, they're gonna take apart the concession stands. I love a good Coca-Cola, Glenn, and I am a little bit. He threw him through the takeout window.
Yeah.
Instead of going through the door, he's crawling in.
All we need now is the nasty boys to come and start pissing in the sink.
It's in the sink, yep. That's all we need. They are tearing apart this kitchen. He just Terry Funk is just indiscriminately throwing things back over his head, hitting no one.
And how do they think anybody's going to get a result here? Because there's still no referee.
Well, there we go. There's Nick Patrick.
He's on the appeared.
It was if he heard you say it, because as soon as you said that, he popped into the screen.
He caught up with him.
Oh, sheet trays. I've worked in kitchens many years, Glenn, and every kitchen I've ever worked in, I've pretended to hit somebody in the head with a sheet tray.
Sheet tray. I nearly did once.
Same. Oh, now he's upside down in a trash can.
I was trying to be really professional with this guy. He thought he was Gordon Ramsay and was shouting and hollering. And I went, oh, I'm not putting up with that shit. You come outside and we talk. And he thought I was offering him out for a fight. And he ran away.
He said, I don't want no problems. It was like when Mako Satomura showed up. Like, I don't want no problems. Now he's beating him over the head with a what? I don't know what that is. It looked like oh, it's a laptop. It looked like something from the board game Battleship. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah. I think it was supposed to be a laptop.
That's what laptops look like in 2000.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's got a ladder. This Norman Smiley climbing the ladder to success. He hasn't done the big wiggle yet, so oh my god. What the fuck is happening now?
It still doesn't explain why he's got catcher pads on.
So now he got himself hung up on like a drainage pipe, and he's just sitting there. But it's not that high up. It's like 5 foot tall.
That's it. It just hits him with a chair
softly. Oh my god!
That has got to be the softest I've seen Terry Funk hit anybody with a chair.
Then he fell his ass through a table.
I've seen Terry Funk hit himself on the head with a chair harder than that.
Oh, this is goddamn ridiculous. He's now just tossing chairs. Oh. Yeah, these chair shots are like these are some of the worst chair shots I've ever seen. Terry Funk by this time has retired 6, 7, 8 times.
Yeah, this is about his 8th retirement.
Still doing fucking hardcore matches. He's 60 fucking years old. Oh. Jesus Christ. They're just randomly throwing shit. It's just, this is fucking insane.
I was just laughing at the way that Norman sort of strategically just placed that chair on Terry Funk's head. It wasn't even a shot.
Just set it on him, yeah. Like he was tucking him in to sleep, but tucking him in with a steel chair. That's what it was like. Finally, now we've made our way to the arena, which I don't know how this thing started in a bathroom, but
there is one thing about talking in the crowd.
He threw a punch at nobody and almost hit somebody in the front row.
I was just about to say as well that there's nobody in the business that staggers better than Terry Funk.
Oh, here we go, Glenn. It's what the people have been waiting for. It's the big wiggle. Here we go. Here we go. He's looking for all the peeps out there that want to. Oh, he's not going to do it. He teased us. That son of a bitch, Norman Smiley, teased us. I think this was like his gimmick because I distinctly remember watching him one time and he had like a football uniform on. See, they're in Chicago. Oh, here we go. Here's the big wiggle. He is going to violate Terry Funk right here, right now, and he has done it.
Dun, 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 dun.
He whacked him in the head.
Oh,
so he must have just saved the stiff chair shots for the end because those were both stiff.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. This is insane.
I wonder if it's an insurance issue. In the ring, they're insured to hit each other properly, but anywhere else, then WCW go, Try not to hit each other too hard.
They had a giant cooler under there, and now he's got a ladder out. I don't know what he's going to do with the ladder.
Oh, I'm never surprised of anything that comes out from under a ring.
That's a good point.
Not off the toaster gate.
I was going to say, you think they got any toasters in there? Who the fuck is this guy? Is that fucking gold? It is. It's Gold Dust.
It's Dustin Reynolds.
Look at those pants, pal.
Mm.
They said, bro, get your hot pants on and get out there.
I didn't know he was in WCW in 2000. I thought he was well into.
Yeah, you know, I thought so too, but apparently not, because here he is. At first I thought it was the Wall again, because he kind of looked like the Wall. Why does it so Dustin Rhodes doesn't like Terry Funk because he thinks he runs Texas?
Yeah.
I guess. Those pants were a choice, pal. Glenn, how many pair of britches you got that look like Dustin Rhodes here?
One in the past, none now. Back in 1987 or 88, yeah, I had one pair like that.
They were probably in style in 87, 88. 2000? Not so much. Not so much. Terry Funk just... I don't know what happened to Rhodes. He's gone. This has probably turned into somehow to be a weird triple threat match. Terry Funk wins. I think Terry Funk wins. I'm not 100% sure.
Research department on this, because
WCW, what's next? That is a just sign, sir. You are correct. I don't know what's coming.
No.
Who knows? Oh, order Spring Stampede and get a WCW mouse pad. Not exciting. I wonder if one of those mouse pads is on eBay. The mayor is currently stalking eBay looking for a WCW mouse pad. Not really. Uh-oh. Come on, Vince Russo. If you want to whoop your ass, that baseball bat's not going to help you, bro. Booker T got dressed in his suit and tie quickly. Looks like he's about to go work a manager shift at a Shopco, a now defunct store. There we go. I told you the mayor was looking for stuff. He's here with us. The mayor of Canton. He's looking for a WC mouse pad right now. He says he is.
Hey, second returns WCW is 1999 to 2001.
I remember him coming back in like the white face paint gimmick and then showing vignettes for weeks, only for him to come out and say this is all bullshit.
Yeah, that was the. What was the thing? 7. That was him.
7. Yeah.
Yeah, where they did all those. They did all those vignettes, and then he came out and said, "This is bullshit. I ain't doing this."
Right. My real name is Dustin Reynolds, and this is all bullshit. Is what he did. Yeah. Mike Awesome is out here. There's a sign in the crowd that says Buff has the stuff that I want. So
right. Apparently, now this makes a bit more sense of what we've just seen. So Rose feuded with Jeff Jarrett before feuding with Terry Funk. He was kayfabe fired by Vince Russo at Spring Stampede in April 2000 for failing to prevent Terry Funk from winning the vacant Hardcore Championship against Norman Smiley.
Oh.
So it must have been a no contest.
Okay.
Okay. No disqualification.
It was a no contest and a no disqualification match. Makes perfect sense. Yes, Mayor. This is before Mike Austin became that 70s guy or the fat chick Thriller, which is not something you could do nowadays. I didn't want to interrupt you, but you said Jeff Jarrett, and if anybody is watching now, or I was singing it in my head, you could see me doing it.
I'll say it again. Jeff Jarrett. There we go.
Spend my days working hard on the go, but Scott Steiner's biceps are growing, but they ain't slow. Mike Awesome ain't thrilling fat chicks yet on, what day is it? Sunday? It's Sunday. Okay, there you go. I did it. I did the thing.
That'll do.
So is this a tournament match?
Sorry, I came out of that
Glenn is my research department.
to look up the Terry Runnels bit. Yeah, this is the heavyweight championship semi-final.
Okay. So we got a
First.
heavyweight championship tournament going on here. What do you know? Who knew? Oh! Car
He's-
crash.
At this time, he's Papa Pump, but not quite as big Papa Pump.
He's not so quite big Papa Pump.
Yeah.
Is that it? 1, 2? Oh. I don't think the mayor liked that splash because that was very Warrior-esque. It looked like the Ultimate Warrior doing it.
I can never. these guys that do those splashes that they sort of come down on their elbows and knees. It's like you don't trust your opponent to actually take a proper splash.
So you got to brace yourself because you don't, yeah.
It's bad. Yeah, the guy that's taking it should be bracing themselves properly.
So that you don't have to put your elbows and knees down like that.
No, yeah, the guy that's giving it should be going flat rather than with the elbows and knees in the sort of the bent position.
I see several empty seats up there in the top row. People left. They said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
Probably after the first half. We did that.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't bad. This is just two big guys slapping meat in this thing. So I got nothing wrong. I got no issues with this match. This has been great so far. Uh-oh. Never mind. We're getting a fucking run in.
Mike Awesome, he was one of those sort of mid-card guys that was never... Oh, God.
So that should be a disqualification, correct?
Yeah.
No, of course it isn't. Why would it
be? Nothing's a disqualification in this.
Apparently nothing is a disqualification. What the fuck is happening?
And why has Kevin Nash got a beef with Mike Awesome?
I think they're fighting for who's got the best hair. Maybe.
Maybe.
That's the only thing I could think of. Maybe Mike Awesome stole Kevin Nash's fat chick that he was thrilling. Maybe that's it.
God.
Or maybe Kevin Nash thinks that the 80s are better than the 70s. And so he said, no, fuck the 70s. The 80s are better. Came out there, hit him with a crutch. I guess. I don't fucking know. Booker T and Vince Russo are admonishing Dustin Reynolds, which is the weirdest combination of motherfuckers.
This is obviously where he's sacking him.
He said, "Nah, you can't chew spitting tobacco in the backstage area, you nasty motherfucker." There's nothing grosser that I could think than a person fucking doing like spitting tobacco. That's fucking gross.
Oh, it's so horrible.
Ugh.
All right, let's go get a quick.
Yes. Glenn's gonna go get another libation. It's a good word. Should use that word more often. Oh, Vampiro's coming back out here. Vampiro, who clearly should have lost that match by disqualification when Hulk Hogan came out there and beat the bejeebus out of Billy Kidman and just threw him back in the ring for Vampiro to cover him in like nothing ever fucking happened. Oh, this is just something. No wonder they went out of business. It makes perfect sense.
I never thought wrestling would turn me to drink, but it's a good podcast, and it has.
Absolutely, it has, pal.
Oh, this should be a decent match.
Oh, it's Sting, right?
Yeah, it's Vampiro.
Vampiro versus Sting.
This is probably what started that feud.
Perhaps it did. So I went to like a WCW Thunder taping when I was probably in the 10th grade, and I got the tickets for free because my sister's father-in-law had some job at the arena. And so literally we were about 3 or 4 rows from the ring. And I remember a part where Vampiro was in the ring talking, and then like the lights went out and they showed Sting like on top of the rafters, but it wasn't actually Sting. It was clearly a fake doll or something. And you could very easily see that wasn't a real person. And I remember nothing else from that show besides Horace Hogan being there, besides the fake Sting in the rafters.
Mhm.
He's now running to the ring. A beautiful spin kick by Vampiro. These guys are both wearing too much darkness for me to. I don't like it when the guys wrestling or the guys are wearing the same color gear. I don't know why, but I hate it.
Yeah. Because you were brought up like I was, where cowboys wear white hats and good guys wore white hats and bad guys wore black.
Yep.
So you don't have your face wearing black.
Like you don't watch a boxing match where both guys got, white trunks on. That just doesn't happen. One
No.
guy's got one color and one guy's got another color. You just don't fucking do it. That like if Arsenal showed up to fucking face Manchester United and they both got fucking, red uniforms on. Like what you don't do that. You don't do that. That was my soccer throw-in for the week. We got to get that in. Since we're on piece of business this week. Jeremy would, so we got to do it. Now he's choking him nail style. This is I wonder, as long as we don't get a run in, I think we're going to be okay here. Did you see Karen in the front row with her khakis on and her blue
Yeah.
cardigan? She is into this.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently there are no disqualifications in anything. Everything is a hardcore match because he just hit him with a chair and nobody cares.
No.
Oh God. There's got to be rules, Glenn. Without rules, what are we doing? We're all just fucking running around aimlessly without rules. This is just ridiculous.
Sounds like Jeremy now.
I demand rules. 12-year-old me could see me right now. He'd hate me. He'd hate me for all these rules I'm demanding.
That is the thing.
Oh,
If grown adults criticize Sting for what he was, but when you look back on it, the reason that there's so many people that consider him one of the greats is because they were all 12 at the time, and from Surfer Sting right the way through, he was always that character that was aimed at the 12-year-olds.
absolutely, pal. Like, imagine what they could have done with that guy if he had, been with the WWE his whole career. I mean, they would have just done so much more, I think, with the gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been crazy. He would have been so over.
Thing is, though, would the Undertaker have done as much?
That's absolutely a great point. You're right. I mean, he was over in WCW, obviously, but I'm just saying the merchandising and all the stuff that, because WCW never was on that level with WWE with merchandising. Even when they were at the height, they were not on the merchandising level.
The thing is Sting was a commodity right back from the NWA days. As soon as Ric Flair decided that he was going to put him over, he was always going to be a commodity. So if WWF had got hold of him earlier, there would have probably never have been an Undertaker because there would never have been a need for one.
Right. You already had that sort of gimmick. Yeah. That's a really good point. So it all worked out in the end, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. You go into these alternate universes, but there's sometimes where it doesn't work out for the better.
A leg drop there by Vampiro. So far, I want to say, besides Booker T versus Sting, this might be the best match we've seen. We haven't got a run in yet.
No.
And I was going to say, but I don't know who would run in, but you just get surprise run-ins. Maybe Kevin Nash will get out here and hit somebody else with a crutch. We don't know.
Just because we don't know on the regular TV who Sting's feuding with at the moment either.
Right. The fans, nobody cares. I don't even think anybody's even looking at the ring. They're talking about getting some Chicago hot dogs after the So, Glenn, let me ask you this. Are hot dogs a big thing over in the UK? Do you call them hot dogs?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I figured they'd be called something else, but...
No, they're hot dogs, and they are a big thing.
So our buddy Brandon Banks will attest for this. So people in Chicago say that you don't put ketchup on a hot dog. You call it ketchup, you call it something else.
Ketchup.
All right, good. We're all I'm batting 1,000. I'm batting 1,000. Would you put ketchup on your hot dog?
Oh, definitely.
Who doesn't put ketchup on their hot dog?
Fried onions and ketchup. You got to have on your hot dog.
Well, I'm not a fan of onions, but give me a little ketchup and mustard on a hot dog. I mean, I wasn't born in Chicago. I was born in the suburbs, and I visited the suburbs a lot as a child. But I never have not put ketchup on a hot dog, and I don't understand how anybody could eat a hot dog without ketchup on it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
When I was a kid, going to the football matches, soccer matches, for those that aren't familiar
It's
with.
going to be soccer, Glenn, come the day after Thanksgiving, buddy.
It probably will be. But either way, part of the experience was that smell of fried onions and hot dogs coming from the hot dog stand as you went to the ground. And that was in the sort of late 60s. So, yeah, hot dogs have been around a long time over here.
I love a good hot dog. Well, that's it. Sting hits the Scorpion Death Drop and the Scorpion Death Lock, and he has defeated Vampiro, and he mostly kept his face paint intact, and he's been through 2 matches, so that's pretty impressive. The Warriors would have been gone by now.
Yeah.
Could you imagine anyone expecting the Ultimate Warrior to have more than 1 match in a night?
Could anybody expect the Ultimate Warrior to go more than 5 minutes in one night?
No. I mean, unless he's facing Randy Savage.
Yeah.
It's the only way, pal. It's the only way. All right. I think we're gonna watch one more match.
I do like the Scorpion Deathlock because it actually looks like it hurts.
Right. It's better than, what Natty does. I thought it was absolutely hilarious that that Ronda Rousey said, Natty, you know that your face is too frozen from Botox to cry, which I thought was that's the funniest thing Ronda Rousey's ever gonna say.
She's been pretty good on social media, though.
She has been. She has. She must have a ghostwriter. Somebody's writing those for her.
She's been having a real pop at there.
Because I'm sorry, on TV, Ronda Rousey has the charisma of a dish towel.
Yeah.
One that's been wrung out, too. It's not even a wet dish towel.
The thing is, though, is she's a legitimate fighter. Why would she have good promo skills?
That's a good point. That is a good point. Well, then stop smiling when you come out to the ring, lady. Yeah. Speaking of smiling, Glenn, it's 3 count. Get along with 3 count. Put your hands together. That's all I remember. We like the Backstreet Boys. NSYNC too. Britney Spears is kind of cute. I know the mayor loves 3 count. He's got a 3 count poster on his wall, probably.
Wow.
What the fuck is this? Oh God.
Well, it is.
I know that's a crowbar. What's happening here? Oh, it's a 6-man tag.
Yeah, it's a 6-man tag. It's a Chris Candido and Tammy Stitch. Oh no.
No.
Way match. It's a 6-way match. It's not a 6-man tag. It's Chris Candido with Tammy Stitch defeated the Artist with Paisley, Humberto Guerrero, Shannon Moore with Shane Hemsley, Lash LaRue, Crowbar with Daphne. Yeah, it's a clusterfuck.
R.I.P. to Daphne. First of all, let's get that out of the way. R.I.P. to Daphne. Yeah. Lash LaRue is probably one of my favorite wrestling names. I mean, it's not as good as Tom Boogaloo Shaft, but it's up there. I just hope they don't show that used tampon of a human being, Tammy Stitch, on my TV screen. Sorry. I don't want to see her. She makes me ill. Okay, and now people are standing outside the ring waiting to be tagged? Why?
No, these are all assistants.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's a 6-man tag.
It's just a 6-man match. It's not a 6-man tag match.
Glenn, you're trying to explain this thing to me, but I don't get it. I have no worldly idea what's happening here.
Oh. Well, we had
What
to
the fuck
finish.
is he doing? Did I fall asleep, wake back up when the Forbidden Door pay-per-view was on the screen? Oh, Mayor, I love you. I love you, pal.
Definitely. It's like it might as well be.
My head is exploding. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Right, here we go. We come full circle here. This is exactly what I meant by the box of gerbils. There's people bouncing around everywhere.
We really have you right, Clay. We've really come full circle on this thing. Oh, Juventud Guerrera, the juice is out here. Uh-oh. Oh! That's got to be it, right?
No, of course not. Because he's perched on the rope there waiting to splash him with it.
There's no tagging. They're just aimlessly jumping in and out of the ring. What the fuck is going on?
It's not a tag match.
Well, then why are they standing in groups of twos? Oh, my God. Glenn, I'm losing my mind here. I'm like Glenn I'm like Jeremy when there's an invisible cameraman right now. I'm losing it. Oh, Daphne's on the top rope now. Oh, God. Here we go.
Get down, girl. Get down.
Oh!
Oh!
Okay, now Lash LaRue's in the ring. I almost said Lash Legend. Do you think Lash Legend and Lash LaRue are cousins?
Well,
Doubtful.
Considering that she's very pasty white and
Well,
Legend.
he is. Yes.
This actually, believe it or not, when everybody says how wonderful the WCW Cruiserweight title scene was, this is a six-way match for the vacant WCW Cruiserweight Championship.
For fuck's sake, pal. Juventud Guerrero jumps off the top rope, lands on no one. Everyone falls. Shannon Moore is very lucky that Lash LaRue got up at the last second to catch him, or his legs would be broken. David Flair's in this fucking thing now. Oh my God. I don't know what to do anymore.
Charles Robinson's looking the same way as we are. What the fuck is going on?
Oh, for fucking crying out loud. This is just a clusterfuck. That's all this is just a giant clusterfuck. He's trying to do a superplex. He can't quite. Nope.
Get off.
I just want somebody to just get pinned so this thing could be over. Oh!
Ow.
He missed the flying headbutt. The artist formerly known as Prince Iakea does a weird backbreaker. He's got Booker T's wife with him. That's Paisley, right? It's Booker T's wife. I believe it's Charmel.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Get her out of here. Oh, nobody wants to see that. Get her down. Oh, Chris Candido wins.
Back then they did, not now.
No, I don't even want to see her from back then now. Anytime I see her, it just makes my stomach turn.
It's sad. It's sad.
It is kind of sad. You're right. It is kind of sad. Yikes.
He has a lot of issues.
Yeah, more than a few. We're gonna get a cat fight here, aren't we? I don't want to see it. I don't want to watch it. I want to cover my eyes. I'm just gonna cover my eyes. I don't want to see it.
You got the control of the button. You turn it off. You don't need to.
Glenn, I have an obligation to our listeners to sit through this, Glenn. I've got an obligation. Here we go. We got a Jerry Springer fight. We're rolling around after this clusterfuck of a six-way that looked like a tag team match.
No, little Nate, you do not want to get in there. You do not want to get involved in that. Believe me, I have. And I got, there we go. That's what happens. That is exactly what happens when you get involved with two women fighting.
They're going to grab your balls.
Either that or you're going to get punched in the mouth.
You know what, Glenn? I've also learned that the hard way. I've been hit with a high heel shoe trying to break up a girl fight. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. That's it. I'm turning this off. I've seen too much of Sammy Sitch that I ever wanted to see. Holy fucking cow. What a way to end that thing. Glenn, you got anything you need to plug? Let's do it now.
Well, that's where I start.
Fuck.
You can listen to the Piece of Business podcast normally every Sunday. It's a Monday, depending on my mate Jeremy's
window washing activities.
Yeah, window washing activities. Follow EPL and NFL. Follow me, GA WrestleNut, on Twitter. You can follow Piece of Business podcast on Twitter and on Instagram. I've just given a nice big shout out to DDT Wrestling. Without them, there wouldn't be us. At the DC Matthews and at Doc Manson.
Who is not related to Charles Manson, by the way.
Yeah, apparently this week he came out and told us that. Thanks for my email.
You're welcome, pal.
Apart from that, I think we're done.
Make sure you check out Sportswire Radio. As always, give our buddy Thomas Price a follow at Thomas Price 2017. Tell him how sorry you are about how the Knicks don't know how to draft a good basketball team. And give my buddy, my co-host, my tag team partner, the Mayor of Canton, to follow at Mayor of Canton. You can follow us at AWI Pod on all social medias. Glenn, only thing left to do is for you to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
There we go.